We're presented by WynnBET. Betting is a team sport. Bet together at WynnBET. Eric Allen here inside the studio, joined by Jets running back Michael Carter. How does it feel to be a veteran now?
Man, you let them tell it. I'm not yet, but I feel like, I feel good about it.
Yeah.
It's been cool to not have to go to rookie meetings.
Yeah, what was the difference in terms of preparing for last year's spring as opposed to this year's?
I think to be honest, I have more time to prepare, which is great because then it's allowing me to take my game to the next level, and that's what we're all trying to do, right? So, no disrespect to the rookie program, but man, you get home, you don't want to do anything else, but you have to. So that's just what it is, and so now I get to be able to plan my day out the way I want it to, and so. I feel like that's only gonna make my game better.
What did you learn about being professional last year?
Yeah, the one thing I learned about last year is it's a consistency league, and you can't just have one good game. You got to do it every weekend and every day, not even just on the weekends. Like you got to do it every single day. Like I look up to a guy on this team, and I probably don't tell him enough, but C.J. Mosley, and I look at him and I look at George Fant. As two real OGs, those are guys that have played in this league and they do every single thing the right way, and so I really appreciate them and the way that their professionalism, and it rubs off on me, and you ask people around the building, I'm professional in what I do too, but I thank my parents for the way they raised me. I thank the high school that I went to. Those experiences in high school are nothing short of important, and UNC as well, just molding me into a grown man, and then here just having someone to show me the ropes of this league. So it's been really cool. Along with Tevin Coleman, I can't believe I left him out.
Hey, you got him in there.
Yeah, I did. I got him last
So
second.
it's interesting you chose an offensive lineman and an inside linebacker.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, 100%. And it doesn't. A lot of teams that you'll see guys stay on their side of the ball. But not this team, man. I really feel like last year we were all friends and we was all locked in and stuff, but just being back here has just been the best thing, I feel like, for me, not even from a training standpoint, because, training is what it is. Training is going to be training, but being around guys that you really love and want to fight for has been super cool.
Getting back to your family, do you think it takes a village to raise someone? You just talked about your parents.
Yeah.
We know your brothers played as well, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I do feel like that. And I'm so thankful for my village that I had, and just growing up and being able to give them nothing without them. And I tell them as much as I can. My problem is communication, where I don't really like picking my phone up like that. I don't really like calling, texting. So I send voice memos so I can just say what I want to say, and then that's it.
That's interesting.
I'll text. I'm not like an old man, but
right. But you're not much of a phone call guy.
Nah, I mean it'd be more like a FaceTime, like, hey, all right, what's the plan? All right, bye.
Right.
But if I haven't talked to you in a while, I'll be like, send a voicemail. Send a voicemail. Yo, what's up, man? Like, been thinking about you, love you, praying for you, stuff like that. Just so they can hear it. They can hear my voice too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What do you take from your parents?
So much. And I know that I'm never going to be able to pay him back. Even if I get a $1 billion contract, I can never pay him back just because all the foundation that they set for me, and just being able to have they wasn't super strict on me, and they allowed me to make decisions on my own. They had rules, but it was all about respect. My life was all about respect. So they put that, they instilled that in me, and then the rest was up to me. Because, when you leave for college, they're not there.
Right.
But that shouldn't be your first time you're making decisions on your own. And they allowed me to, really just flourish and be myself.
Where were you in the ranking order as far as oldest, youngest?
I'm in the middle. So I'm one of three. And then I have a sister that's, way younger than me. She's 11. But my older brother is 28, just turned 28 because I just turned 23. And my younger brother is 21. He'll be 22 this year. So I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, your parents, What did they do? Did somebody stay home, or they both
Yeah,
work?
so they was in the military,
Yeah.
both of them. So actually, my dad and my mom separated. And I don't know what year, but I was probably like 6 or 7. But I remember that they still lived close to each other, so it was like almost like nothing really happened. But they just didn't want to stay in the same room or something. But uh, they literally did so much for me, and like they taught me so much about respect and just like discipline, and but also like enjoying life and being yourself and having fun, laughing, family. And it's amazing because you hear like military, and you're thinking like, oh my gosh, he grew up like GI Joe,
Right.
and and I grew up like the complete opposite of that. Like my parents, especially my dad. My dad was like, look, yeah, they're not going to the military. Like y'all, military can be an option for you, but you guys love football, so why don't you just do what you love? And so now I'm in the NFL.
With your downtime, are you kind of a guy who you just mentioned that you don't pick up the phone to call? It's more, hey, what's going on? What are we going to do?
Yeah,
Are you kind of person who's always got to be on the move? Because I know for me, I got to have a schedule the next day. I got to
yeah.
know what I'm going to do.
What's funny is like I most days I'm all by myself, and I like it that way. But also I am social. Like I am social, so like I need that. But I find myself sometimes like feeling drained if I'm around people for so long.
Oh, really?
So um, yeah, I gotta have my alone time. It's like super important for me. Like I gotta have it. So um, but also like I just love being around good people, good energy, and like it just charges me back up too. So it's complex. I'm weird, but it's all right.
You ain't weird. You might be complex. Yeah, no doubt.
Maybe.
And I think people are complex.
Yeah.
Um, I
But
think,
I'm not that complex. I just be chilling.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of chilling, what have you been doing this off season? Because you told me before we started taping here on the pod that you've been on the move quite a bit.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I trained down at Bomberitos in Miami, and that's where I was probably until I got up here. And it's so hard because everybody's this is what you should do for off season. You should take this amount of time off.
Yeah.
Um, so I went to LA for a Panini event right after the season, like the rookie premiere closing, pretty much. And then 2 weeks later, I went right back for the Super Bowl weekend, and I did like some media out there, and then I just got back to training. Like I was already training before I left for LA, but I got to see the country a little bit, Bay Area. I went out to it's so funny. So I went out to I got a tattoo. Shout out to Dave.
Yeah.
Um, I was in Richmond, California, and a lot of people, I don't know if people know this, but like Elijah Vertucker is from Oakland.
Yes.
So of course I locked in with him when I was out there. It was me, Dave, Elijah, and then Camilo Eifler, who used to play with us. Um, we just walked around San Francisco, tried In and Out.
What do you
And
think? Okay.
it's all right. I mean, it's all right.
Are you a burger guy?
Yeah, 100%. But I don't eat them a lot anymore. But I am 100% a burger guy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to go to Five Guys after this. It's my day off. I get to Thursdays I get to trick off a little bit.
So what I got to know about barbecue in North Carolina?
Oh, they got in my opinion, this is just my opinion, they got the best barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Cause they got it's like vinegar based. So, but I got that from my dad because I grew up in Florida,
Right.
but my dad's from South Carolina, so he put me on at an early age. So I'm blessed to be able to have that experience my whole life.
What are you ordering if you're in one of the Carolinas and you're getting a barbecue?
Man,
Are you chicken
I
and
haven't.
pork or are you a
I'm
pork
more.
guy?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like pork.
Okay.
I think it's kind of nasty actually. But and I don't really eat red meat no more, I guess. But I really do enjoy brisket. Like I love brisket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I like brisket a lot. So probably some brisket.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, so at the combine, Joe Douglas, your GM, dropped a young MC reference. Do you like that nickname?
Hey, I don't know. I like it.
It can work, right?
I think I like it because of how he said it, in the context that he said it. I appreciate Joe, and the way he does stuff. But also, with that being said, I do think the nickname needs work
Oh, really?
a little bit.
All right, fans.
I'd rather go by the voice.
The voice.
The voice.
You can tell us why.
Just because I feel like I know what to say.
I like that.
And I can be that voice for people who are thinking something, but maybe they don't feel the courage to say it. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna be myself every time. So I'm more than happy to say what's on my mind.
There's no doubt about that. I like the voice. I do like Young MC, but we got to go with what you think. And
but also I feel like also nicknames can't be just like I can't give myself one. I have to be given that.
but I kind of think from afar, just to watching the way you operate, the respect that you have earned from both your teammates and also people inside the building, including Joe Douglas, is that we got to listen to the voice.
That's real. That's real. No, I appreciate that. I feel humbled by that.
Zach Wilson comes back here this spring at 221 pounds. He ended last season at 208 pounds. Before I ask you about Zach, how did you approach the offseason physically? Because you go through 17 games. I know you don't play in each of them, but you played in most of those games over the course of your rookie season. What do you have to do as far as your body is concerned?
Man, I feel like it's a lot different of a game than college, where college is super physical. It's so physical. Because you got guys that are really never, ever going to play again. And that's just what it is. And I feel like in the NFL, and I talked to my friend Javonte Williams about this sometimes. Yes. I just feel like some guys are like, it's a different league. I don't want to single anybody out, but it's just a different league in terms of it's a very technique-based league where, like, if your technique's not on point, then it's a game of inches, even more than ever before. So your technique has to be on point. As opposed, you can't just run full speed and try to take somebody's head off as a linebacker. Because guys like me, running backs and receivers and tight ends, we're training to make everybody miss and, get skinny, not just try to boom, like brute force, run everybody over. We don't get paid to run people over. We get paid to score touchdowns. So it's a game of technique and longevity and health. So obviously, all of us play hard, but I think it is different from that perspective, and it creates a different feel of the game, in my opinion.
WynnBET is now live in New Jersey, and they're bringing the excitement of Wynn Las Vegas to online sports betting. Get in on all your favorite teams, players, and sports, from boosted parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport. They have what you need to win. Sign up today to receive a special offer, risk-free $1,000 sports bet. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com to start winning. WynnBET, an official sportsbook and gaming partner of the New York Jets. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
So that's interesting. So maybe college, since a lot of guys know there is no next step after this, because most people play college ball, even if it's at the high level Division I, they're not playing in the National Football League. They might play with more reckless abandon, and maybe in the National Football League, it's more of a thinking man's game.
Yeah, well, most of the game is well, I used to hear like, 90% of football is mental. If I'm being honest, I never felt like that until I got to NFL. I always felt like I'm just better than everybody else. But that's my mindset. Not necessarily that it's always true. But that's my mindset going into it. Like, I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident as a player. And we used to have this joke when I was in college, like, I had a disease called, you got to show me disorder. But just because it was a joke. But, like, I really feel like that's how, show me my opponent. And a lot of guys in our locker room are like that. Like, we don't care who we playing. I'm not going to lie. Like, last year, I didn't really, after probably like week 6 or 7, I just stopped looking at the schedule. Because it doesn't matter. All these teams are good.
Yeah.
So, show me the personnel, and then we'll go from there. Show me the personnel, tendencies, and then we'll go from there. Just because, like, at the end of the day, no matter who we play, I got to do my job. So I think that's another thing I learned last year.
Body wise, though.
Yeah, body. Gotta take care of it. Like, I'm talking like immediately. Like,
But what did you do this offseason that might have been different?
oh yeah. I think it's like Zach came back 221.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's one thing to gain weight, because I can. It's kind of hard for me to gain weight a little bit, but I can do it. It's very doable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something I have to, like, put my mind to doing. And when I got here last year, I think I was like 202, 201. And then I would drop, and like my weight fluctuates so easy. And so I think also, like, a part of, like, as I'm getting older, like, I'm able to put some more good weight on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably like around 203 right now. But like a sturdy 203 where, like, my weight's not dropping every day. Like, some days, like, my weight would be like 202, 201, and then one day I'll be like 195 on like a Wednesday.
Oh, really?
And then I had to get back up by Sunday. And I could do it, and it's no problem. But I was so used to doing it. But now it's like I step on the scale, I know what I'm going to weigh. It's a range from like probably like 202 or 201 to 203. I'm gonna try to get up to like 205, but to be honest, it's a speed league. So I feel like the best way to stay healthy is not weight, it's pad level.
Yeah.
And mobility. So I know some guys in the league, like, and I'm friends with a couple of the top running backs in the game. They don't play at what you see on the internet. Not even close.
Less.
A lot less.
Now, would you say pad level? Because people hear that at home sometimes,
Yeah.
and I don't necessarily think we pay as much importance to that as we probably should. Has that always been natural to you? Because everybody talks about your pad level. Is that something you had going back to Pee Wee high school?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I think it was more like my contact balance than anything.
Yeah.
That I've been good at, but I'm also like probably like I have a low center of gravity. I'll put it that way. But last year, I'm watching the tape. I was kind of running too high. If
Yeah.
I'm being honest. Yeah, like I feel like just assessing my game and how much better I can get. Yeah, I think I ran a little bit too high, but I have such good contact balance that it bails me out a lot. Like, I get hit, or like I'll get grabbed by the jersey, and I can just like and catch and not even miss a step. But I just want to be able to put that along with lower pad level, and just see how it goes. Like, see where I go.
You talk about contact balance. Do you get mad when the first guy takes you down? Because it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I get super pissed. Like, cuss words.
You don't want to be around you in the film room when you see that happen.
I get so mad, and it's like it's super embarrassing to me. Like, I get super embarrassed, but it's because I've always been taught that from when I was a kid, like really small. My dad's like, all right, like before a game, he'll be like, "Love you, son. Have a good game. Don't let the first man tackle you." Every Saturday, he used to say that. But all right, Pops, love you. And that was just the case. Like, it was never that. So like as you get older, like, you play the game happens. But when it does happen, I'm like, man. Like, you go back and watch like any clip. I had a clip. I could probably think of like 3 right now. One, we was playing the Titans on second play of the game. We had like a pitch to the left, and I get crushed. I think it was by Jayon Brown.
Okay.
What's his last name? Jayon Smith? Something like that. But he's a good player, though. I get crushed by him, and I don't go down. I stay up on my feet. That's like the contact bounce we were talking about. I break the tackle completely. And I'm about to bounce out and take it down the sideline for a first down, and he like swipes me in the ankle. Dang, right? And then the Bucks. I wish I could have that one back. But my ankle was killing me that game, to be honest. But he swiped me. Antoine Winfield. I trained with Antoine in Florida.
Yeah.
He swipes me in the ankle, and I go down like the 10-yard line. And of course, I'm such a nice guy. I get the touchdown to Braxton. But yeah, it's a couple of them, man. I just really think about like it keeps me up at night.
Does it really?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, but just because I love it and I want to win.
Yeah, your love for the game is real.
Yeah, seriously. Like I was in like even like today, I didn't really tell nobody. I was probably like wasn't in the best mood this morning. I woke up with a headache, but I touched that green grass. Oh my god, I ready to play. And it's like football brings me so much happiness, and like also like the people like I'm in the locker room with, they bring me like so much joy too. Just something about that grass, man, makes me super happy.
How much did you guys collectively grow as a group?
So much, like over the offseason.
Yeah,
Or just over
well,
the
what
season?
you experienced last year together and how that could help you now that you're seeing all these off-season additions added to the mix as well.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like last season, we kind of trauma bonded.
Trauma bonded.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because nobody likes to lose. But I feel like we play so hard for each other that I know, because you don't know. You're a rookie. You don't really know a lot. But I know now that these dudes will go to war for me, and I go to war for them, and they know that about me. So that's not in question. And we brought, I know it's the NFL, and you can't really bring every single player back, but we brought a good amount of us back. And so you look at a team like Cincy, that's how they got to the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They brought guys back and let them develop and let them, flourish in what they ended up being. They went to the Super Bowl. And if I'm being honest, might have maybe should have won it. But what ifs don't count. You gotta just play as it is. But really good team though. But yeah, you gotta let the players like grow and develop. And I know like the time waits for no man in this league, but there's an aspect of development that needs to be done, and so we're way closer. And then the additions. When you build a culture and within the locker room of all right, like it don't matter what it takes, we try and win. And then you don't it doesn't matter who you bring in, it doesn't matter whoever it is, we're going to make sure that they're ready to help us win. Because winning at this point is like the only thing that matters. Because you look at a guy like, say he has like 1,200 rushing yards, and his team's 4 wins. You think he's going to the Pro Bowl? No, he's going to be at the house. Just because people are attracted to success. And so like when you're voting on that type of stuff, they're going to look at, oh, okay, well this guy's been winning games too. All pro, same thing. How you going to be one of the best players in the league and your team sucks?
Yeah.
It's just what it is. And you can be one of the best players in the league on a bad team, but they don't see it as that from the outside looking in. They see it as, oh, if your team sucks, you suck. And that's just what it is from a fan perspective.
WynnBET is now live in New Jersey, and they're bringing the excitement of Wynn Las Vegas to online sports betting. Get in on all your favorite teams, players, and sports, from boosted parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport. They have what you need to win. Sign up today to receive a special offer, risk-free $1,000 sports bet. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com to start winning. WynnBET, an official sportsbook and gaming partner of the New York Jets. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
What do you think about Breece Hall, just in the interactions that you've had with him, maybe off the field, or what you've seen briefly from him on the field?
Yeah, he's humble. He's confident, and that's one thing that you need in the league is confidence. Because there's gonna be some times where you're gonna get got, just because that's just the nature of the beast. And there's a lot of guys in the league that are good as well, great, legendary. So, he has confidence. He's humble. He asks questions. He's super eager to learn. He always has a do-rag on, which is so funny.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I don't even know what his hair looks like underneath. But yeah, he's super cool dude, man. Like, from day one, I hit him on draft day, and congrats, fam. Like, what I'm supposed to do. And then he hit me, basically on the same thing he says out in the media.
Do you like his game?
Yeah, I do. He can run. He's fast. He can catch. He can block.
You know what I liked about you, Brian Baldinger?
Baldy. You know what's funny? Quick story.
Yeah, go.
I'm in Fort Lauderdale, going back home to train, and I seen him at the airport. Big
Did you?
Baldy. I seen him at the airport. I was like, "Hey, Baldy." He was like, "Hey." Like always on edge. Like, I get it, fam. I shouldn't have put him on him at the airport. But I was like, Michael Carter, Jets. Oh, how are you? You know. Does he live out here? He live in Jersey? He might.
South
I guess
Jersey.
you can't say that on here. But
South Jersey outside Philly.
word. Yeah, he is kind of a Philly cat.
You just did his voice pretty well right there.
Yeah. You should have seen his face though. It was so funny. But yeah, super cool guy.
So we're watching practice last year.
Yeah.
It was probably one of your early practices. And typically when you see guys go through individual drills, it's always a veteran who's the first guy up. And Baldy hits me on the shoulder and says, "Who's that guy? Who's that guy?" I said, "That's Michael Carter." He said, "Every drill, he's the first guy up. Every guy. Every drill."
It would feel like uncomfortable for me to go last. I've always been the first in line, like everything I did, because my thing is like a lot of people are afraid to mess up. Well, if I mess up, that's just what it is. But I don't want to just sit in the background and just like life pass me by. Got to get it now. So that's kind of how I approach it.
I think in a couple of years, might even be this year, there are going to be guys sitting in this chair saying that I'm looking up to Michael Carter, like the way you talk about George Fant, C.J. Mosley, and Tevin Coleman, because your approach is professional from the get.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, when you bring guys in that wanna be great, it's hard to go get that title. Like it's hard to be great, because that's like not just you're not great off of 1 game, 2 games, 5 games, 10 games. It's every day. Like C.J. Mosley is a great player. He's a great human, right? Like he does everything right. Like that's greatness. We on the phone call with Michael Vick yesterday. That's greatness. He lived life every single day great. And like everybody has their opinion about like, you know, his situation.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can't take anything from him, because a lot of guys don't make it in this league. He excelled from day one. And in a market that was fiending for a successful football team. Kind of like ours.
Yeah.
So it was super cool to hear him talk yesterday, but just like whenever you have greatness around you, like, or when you have access to greatness, like it's so important to take advantage of it as someone who's like there. So I strive to be good every single day. And so yeah, I hope and pray that, you know, there's a guy sitting in this chair next year. Man, like, you know, Michael Carter's a great example. Because that would mean a lot to me.
It's going to happen.
Sure.
Can I ask you a little bit about your style a little bit? You got the Mike Tyson shirt on today. I love that. The hat. Do you put a lot of thought into what you're going with? Or is it kind of like you get up in the morning and what you're feeling that day?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I when I first started, like, well, I've always been able to, like, coordinate and dress, but now that, like, you know, more money, more problems. So, I really like dressing up and stuff, but whether it's calm or casual, or, you know, like you're actually dressing up and going out to eat or doing something. But yeah, I got this shirt off Instagram, which is so funny. But this hat, I got, I met this guy in New Orleans. I went to the, me and Javante went to the national championship basketball game.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so we spent the weekend in New Orleans. Funny, we missed our flight after the game, and we just stayed on purpose. Like, we was talking in the airport, and we met Darryl Williams from Kansas City. I guess he just signed with the Cardinals, actually. We met him in the airport, and we're talking, we're chopping it up, like, and we're sitting in the airport at the gate, and Vontae misses his flight just because we was having such a good time. So we're like, you know what, bro? I'm changing my flight too. And so we went home, back to the hotel. We went out to eat, got some gumbo, jambalaya, rice and beans, all that. And we went to the store called Made in the Hood, and it's super cool brand. And the guy named Tunchi, shout out my dog. So I got his hat on today. You might see it. But yeah, like now I don't even think about it. I have clothes to the point where like you buy a piece instead of just like you buy clothes because it's gonna go with this outfit one time. So now like when you buy like a lot of those pieces, they can mix and match with each other. So like when you buy, say you buy one shirt, well you have 4 or 5 pairs of pants that go with it.
Right.
Now you have ample clothes and ample outfits. Cause you don't want to, you want to try not to wear the same thing twice for a while. Like you want to spread out like, you know, how often you wear
But it's
that
like
outfit.
being a running back. Your outfits can be versatile.
Yeah,
You can take a
100%.
shirt and use it with
Yeah.
different pieces.
Yeah, there's guys who want to wear colorful, and then there's guys who like neutral colors, and then there's the Dickie suit guys. And if I'm being honest, like I like the Dickie suits. I think they're cool.
Yeah.
A Dickie suit with a turtleneck.
I'll tell you what,
Fitty cap.
hell of a run for your Carolina basketball team.
Man, how about them? Shout out to Armando and the guards, RJ and Caleb. Manic. Manic.
You guys going to be preseason number 1 next year.
They are.
Maybe-
They are actually. Well, because they're all coming back.
Maybe you and Javante will be back wherever the Final Four is next year.
Yeah, but I want to win it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they better win it, if I'm being honest. They all come back. Whole starting 5 coming back. Except for Manic. Manic's leaving.
Loaded. But for now, we're going to concentrate on the Jets, and I know
Yeah.
fans are pumped to watch you in year 2 and what's ahead. We're going by the voice. That is Michael Carter.
The voice.
Thanks, buddy.
The voice.